Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your boy Uche again with another video. I don't know how long this video is going to be, and I'll try my best to not make it too long, but I still have to come out here to talk about shit. And I'm going to talk about emotional intelligence and connecting with people. I want to remind you, every single one of you, doesn't matter who you are, if you're watching this video, no matter what you do not ever form any type of symbiosis with anyone who lacks emotional intelligence. Don't do that to yourself. Do not do that to yourself, okay? If you are somebody who is an empath, like myself, if you're somebody who is high on EQ, high on emotional intelligence, and you are meeting people and you can sense that that person lacks emotional intelligence, you can sense that that person lacks emotional intelligence, or the people around you lack emotional intelligence, the best thing you can do for yourself is to walk away. And this is because if you have emotional intelligence and the other person also has emotional intelligence, by default, both of you meet each other halfway, and by default, you close the circle. I talk about closing the circle, the up and the down, the white and the black, the yin and the yang. Both of them come together to make one whole. In a situation where you are interacting with somebody who lacks emotional intelligence, that circle is not closed yet because they're not meeting you halfway. So in order for you to close that circle, you have to tolerate them, which means you have to exude way more energy than halfway to close that circle for them. Because alternatively, if you don't close that circle, alternatively, you would have to judge them. And you don't judge, because once you judge, automatically you get judged. Like if you're somebody who can see mathematics, I talk about mathematics, basically mathematics is the balance in everything, the cosmos, whatever you want to call it, karma. If you can see it, you can see how that mathematics judges you automatically. This is why the Bible says you should not judge lest you be judged. The people or thing judging you are not humans. What's judging you is the balance in the universe, the mathematics in the universe. So if you're an empath and you're with somebody with whom you know, there's not meeting you halfway, they're not closing that circle, automatically the thing for you to do is to tolerate them. Because if you don't tolerate them, the circle is not closed. And if that circle is not closed, that means that you're judging them and also subsequently in denial, which means automatically karma will come bring suffering to you to close that circle for you. Now, because you're an empath though and you're doing this toleration, you're going to be exuding so much energy to close that circle. This is out of love, this is out of intentionality, this is out of emotional intelligence, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of that interaction, you will be so fucking drained. And the issue is that the person that you're tolerating doesn't even know that you're tolerating them, for them to appreciate the fact that you are closing that circle for them. They don't. And as a result, they just keep running their mouth, doing their thing without realizing that you are just tolerating them. And they don't realize that they're not bringing anything of substance to your table. There's literally no value coming from you to me. This thing that we're doing here is management, like Nigerians say, I'm just managing you. But they don't realize that there's nothing of tangibility, there's nothing of substance that you're bringing. If you were to literally drop on the floor, not a single hair will be left from my body, because there's no value there. It's not because you don't have inherent value. This is just simply because you lack emotional intelligence to meet me halfway. So therefore, you don't care about what I need. And then they keep running their mouth and doing their thing, and then you have to keep tolerating them and keep tolerating them and keep tolerating them, because like Nigerians will say, if you allow somebody to start looking for allowance, once you allow somebody to start looking for allowance, I'm managing on I'm even managing you yourself. Yeah, doing nonsense until I just get tired and just drop you on the floor. And as a result, they don't appreciate you, and eventually you're going to inevitably get drained to the point where you just lose interest, you lose energy, and you just drop them like it's hot and walk away. And once you do that, by default, you become the loser, because then they start talking shit about you. They start calling you fake, calling you anything but a child of God, without realizing that you were tolerating them all this while. And they don't realize that you were tolerating them from a place of love, and they were not still enough to realize that, and they're not emotionally intelligent enough to appreciate your tolerance for them. So you lose no matter what. So the best thing to do is to walk away and don't even engage at all. Again, if a person lacks emotional intelligence, they will not meet you halfway, and as a result, that circle will not be closed. And if you want to close a circle, as in symbiosis and forming synergy with someone, you have to be tolerant of that person. Because alternatively, you would have to judge that person, and judging that person, you get judged by karma. Karma brings suffering to you to nullify, to close that circle for you. You lose automatically. And I know this is something that is very difficult for a lot of us empaths to do, but you have to train your mind. You have to train your mind to react accordingly, realistically and pragmatically to what is. And the even more sad thing is that most people reek of lack of emotional intelligence. Like most people reek of apathy. It's not intentional, their fault, 100%. I think a lot of it has to do with the system that we live in, the world we live in. The world we live in is reeks of apathy. This is on purpose. This is how capitalism makes money. This is how white supremacy stays relevant. Heteronormativity, religious bullshit stays relevant. Because the red carpet that everyone walks on is apathy. Most people don't know how to put themselves in somebody else's situation. Most people don't know how to think about us. They just think about me, 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 me. And this is basically what you see in the media, Hollywood, all the celebrities. It's all about me, me, me. So by default, most people's behavior is just very narcissistic by default. They lack emotional intelligence. And the older you get, the more tired and drained you become. And the more selfish become you with your energy, so don't even engage. I have said this a million times, and I'm going to keep saying it again for a lot of people who are struggling, especially younger people. The only way, and I swear, and I swear, and I swear, the only way to find a bona fide, genuine relationship with anyone beyond yourself, as in if it's going to be a relationship with your sibling, relationship with a partner, parent, friend, romantic relationship, sexual relationship, whatever the situation is, the only way to find a genuinely loving relationship beyond yourself is if you find it within yourself first. You have to close the circle within yourself first. You have to marry the yin and the yang within yourself first. The dark and the light within yourself first. The feminine and the masculine within yourself first. You have to close that circle. Only then will you become your own one whole. And by default, you will attract other people who are also one whole. Okay, and both of you will close the circle automatically by default. So you're one, and then they are one. 1 plus 1 equal 1. By default, when you are in synergy, symbiosis with that person that is one whole, it is about both of you and not just about you. As a result, they are meeting you halfway. You don't exude unnecessary energy to close the circle because it's already closed for you. You are one whole. They are one whole. Together, you naturally attract each other and you form one whole. There's no desperation in trying to be with that person and vice versa. They come to you not because they need you, but because they want to be with you in their lives. And you actually appreciate these people. Like 8 billion people on the planet, and they chose to form symbiosis with you. They will also extend that appreciation for you as well. 8 billion people, you chose to form symbiosis with them. 1 plus 1 equal 1. But if you don't have that completion within yourself first, I promise you on everything, what you will always keep attracting is incompletion. This is the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity states that you cannot give what you don't have, and you cannot receive what you don't give. Okay, so if I don't have $1 million, bitch, I'm not giving you a fucking $1 million. Because where am I getting $1 million from? I have to have $1 million enough for myself first for me to be able to extend that $1 million to you. Same thing too. I have to have one wholeness for myself for me to give you that one wholeness and then attract that one wholeness as well. This is the law of reciprocity. So this means on your path of healing, path of becoming, you need to prioritize being alone. Okay, you need to get comfortable being alone, 100%. That needs to be your 100% numero uno priority, being alone. Because most people reek of apathy. Most people have no emotional intelligence. You need to form your own one wholeness. This can be very difficult for so many reasons. But limit encounter with the word and work on yourself unapologetically. I'm 32 years old right now, and at this point in my life, I don't want to swear to God, but I'm keeping it real. If you are someone who do not go to therapy, this is me being dead ass. I won't take you serious. I would not. Like, I've been in a situation where I literally walk out from people. Like, you're still talking, get up and walk out. I don't even give a damn. Okay, because I'm way too old for this shit. I'm closer to 40 than I am to 20. If you are now somebody who's intentional and working on yourself in body, mind, and spirit, but especially mind, Chad, not me and you. You understand? So you need to get comfortable being alone. And also another reason is because most people reek of lack of emotional intelligence. Most people that will approach you for selfish reasons. But always give grace though, because a lot of times they don't realize that they're selfish. They have no idea A lot of people have a bastardized idea of love. They have this perverted idea of love, and I can't really blame them because this is Hollywood, this is capitalism, this is what white supremacy has taught us what love is. So they're not necessarily doing it intentionally, but a lot of times, a lot of people who are going to approach you are going to approach you because they want something from you. But a lot of people lack the emotional intelligence to pause and think. I am approaching you because you have something that I want, but what do I have to give you to complete that circle? Most people have no idea how to do that. I know a lot of this sounds so philosophical, but let me explain to you in a way that is more practical. Shout out to all my word travelers out there. As you guys know, I am a word traveler and I've been to a lot of countries. And a lot of countries that I've been to have not been bougie. They have not been first world countries. I've been in second world and third world countries. Okay, so anyone from the Western world who has been to a second world or third world country, okay, like for example Morocco, okay, I'm here in Morocco right now. You know that automatically, as soon as you get off that plane and get out that airport, there's a whole bunch of people who rush you. In the market, they rush you. Shit, being here in Marrakesh, there's a whole lot of people who are approaching me, trying to sell me some shit. It's always everybody just, like, it can get very overwhelming if you're not used to it, if you don't have thick skin. They can smell the fact that you're a foreigner, you're not used to it, you're not used to all of this shit. It can get so confusing. They try to sweet talk you, everybody trying to sell you some shit. This is because they don't give a shit about your reality. Another perfect example, like if I was to go to Nigeria, anyone who's ever been to that Nigeria airport, Lagos airport, as soon as you get off that airport, everybody is just rushing you and rushing you. They don't even care. They don't care about if you have money or not. All they see is that you're coming from America and they want something from you. They just want something from you. But none of them pauses to think, yes, this person is coming from America. But what about them though? Are they okay? Mental health, are they okay? Are they broke? Maybe this is even credit card. Maybe they're depressed. Maybe they're suicidal. Maybe I shouldn't say suicide. Maybe they're going through shit. Maybe they're going through divorce. Maybe there's something about them that is not right. What can I offer to this person that is of tangibility to close the circle with them? They don't give a shit. They don't care. All they see is dollar signs and something that they can gain from you. And a lot of this has to do with white supremacy. A lot of my people think whiteness or proximity to whiteness coming from the Western world, America, UK, or European countries automatically means that your life is good. So therefore, whatever situation you got going on in the Western world is irrelevant, and all I need is for you to give me just $5, and it will solve my problem. They don't give a shit about you. In reality, what it is that they reek of desperation. Okay, they would not admit it. Shout out to my Nigerians. They would never admit that they are desperate. But desperation is not just what you say; it's what you also don't say, what you do, and also what you don't do. But we thank God. Try to tell that to a Nigerian, they may slap you. But anyway, that is desperation. The best way to react to those kinds of people is to pay them dust, which is what I do. Usually at a Nigerian airport, as soon as I get to Nigeria, I don't even make eye contact. I don't say hello, which is sad because really, as an empath, I don't like to treat people like that. The real me would like to say hello, make eye contact, ask how are you, maybe even buy you food, if I have the time. But knowing damn well that these people don't care about me, they don't give a shit about my reality, they don't care about closing the circle, and my interaction with these people is just going to be one-sided, and the only way to not judge them for their desperation is to tolerate them to close that circle, essentially being boo-boo the fool, because whatever the fuck they're offering me is something that I don't need, but I know that they desperately need something from me. The exact same thing too is applicable in real life. A lot of people who want to be your friends, a lot of people who want to date you, a lot of people who want to be around you, they're just looking at what they can gain from you, but they don't give a fuck about what you can gain from them. Because ideally what should be is in these second and third world countries, they have whatever it is that they're selling, and me, the customer, I choose to go there if I want to buy their service and walk out if I need to. In America, for example, I know America is very privileged. There's no desperation in a lot of these capitalist companies. Like for example, McDonald's is not hawking on the street trying to get people to come to McDonald's. Burger King is not doing that. Walmart is not doing that. Target is not doing that. If I want to go to Target, I will go to Target and buy whatever it is I want to buy and walk out. I'll go to Walmart and walk out. I'll do my thing and walk out. Nobody is hawking me. Nobody is forcing me. Nobody is desperate. That's the way a person who is whole operates. If you are in your own one wholeness and everybody else is also in their own one wholeness, we meet each other with intentionality. I am my Target because Target has something that I want and I have something Target wants. We close that circle automatically. The same thing too is applicable in real life situations. When you are your one whole, there is no desperation for you to form any type of relationship with anyone. So next time when you see somebody who is just desperately trying to get into your DM, desperately trying to ask for your number, text you and all kinds of stuff, don't feel bad. Pay them dust. Block them if you need to, move on. I know it hurts, especially as an empath, but realize that what they're displaying is lack of emotional intelligence. And if that hurts them and they take it personal, automatically what they display is narcissism. And you should never ever tolerate a narcissist. Just run, point blank, period. So pay them dust, keep working in yourself. As long as you work in yourself in your own one wholeness will come to you. But remember, people who are emotionally intelligent are rare, which means that you need to get comfortable being by yourself. Okay, work in yourself unapologetically, and the universe or the ether or the mathematics, whatever you want to call it, will bring the right people and the right situations to you to close that circle. Uche, peace and love.